Ghost in the Shell. Now, Ghost in the Shell is the newest sci-fi adventure starring our beloved Scarlett Johansson. This movie synopsis comes down to the fact that it is based off of an anime. Synopsis of this film is mankind has evolved so much with science and technology that they can take a human brain and put it into a machine body. And once that is in that body, they are managed to keep their spirit and their mind intact with a mechanical body that can be repaired. Scarlett Johansson's character is now working for the government to track down and stop other machines from destroying things. Let's talk about things I liked about this movie. Things I liked about this movie were the visuals. The visuals were outstanding. The way they did a lot of the makeup and techniques with the camera. It is in a futuristic Japanese world, and the anime itself, I've heard, has some really crazy visuals. And they did a great job on this, really capturing that vibe of the future and really how we've all wanted to get rid of our bodies and evolve to machines. So in that regard, it was really good. The acting wasn't bad. I'm not a big fan of Scarlett Johansson normally, but in this one, she's playing a machine that doesn't really have emotion. So she nailed it. Very easy to pull off, and she did a great job in it. Let's talk about things I don't like about this film. Things I don't like was really honestly the story arc itself. You get your character development, they create this world, and they spend 45 minutes divulging information and getting you to understand what's happening. When you finally get all this information, they keep treating you like you didn't get the information and keep feeding you more and more and more. And that moment at the end when you're like, okay, I've got this information, give me this epic crescendo, it didn't feel like it. For me, the payoff of the film wasn't worth the actual watch of the film. For me, the payoff didn't fit. I waited for it and I was like, oh, this is going to be so epic, and that's it. Okay. It was like The Matrix. The whole entirety of the film really had that sci-fi drama Matrix vibe. And in The Matrix, the last bit of the first Matrix is a 15-minute fight where you're like, whoa, the payoff on this is crazy. This one didn't have that payoff. Let's get down to rating this bad boy. I will give it a... It wasn't great enough to go, man, all the way. But it wasn't bad enough to flop it. There were some strong elements in this film I did like. The visuals and the sci-fi and the lingo of it was really good. Just for me, the payoff wasn't the best. Now, this movie is rated PG-13, but it doesn't feel like a PG-13 film. The way they address things in the visual, there's a lot of really horrific things, sexual things that you're like, that's sexual, not sexual, those are her boobs, not her boobs. Like, it's just uncomfortable at times. So, I mean, ultimately, I'd say if your kid's 15, 16 years old, this would probably be a better movie for him. The pacing's so boring, he'll probably fall asleep watching it. So, I mean, there's that too. So thanks for watching my review. Thanks for checking out my thoughts on it. I'm curious what your favorite sci-fi drama is. I mean, well, I mentioned The Matrix. That's really near and dear. I grew up watching it. It was really awesome. I really loved it. It was one of those that really got me into the sci-fi genre, really loving it. I'd love to hear what your favorite one is. Go and throw it in the comments below. If you like what you're hearing, subscribe, throw a like down there. And if there's any movies you want me to review or you want to hear my thoughts on, go ahead and just throw it down in the comments, and I'd love to take a look at it. In the end of the day,